if it's really nice like it is today, take your yoga mat outside. Or if you don't have an outside space, another thing that I always do, I'm like a cat. I'll find a sliver of sunshine in my house somewhere and I'll put my yoga mat right there. So you get the rays and it just feels very rejuvenating. Well, my friends, before we begin, welcome everyone who's just signing on. Would anyone like to make any requests for your class practice today? While you're thinking about your requests, I'll check back in a moment. I wrote this in the chat, but I also just wanted to drop this little line. I have a quote that I'd like to share that is uncited. I don't remember who said it, but I remember writing it down at some point in my life and I love it. A practice isn't meant to be perfect. It's to see ourselves. What is here, what is happening right here, right now. How we are feeling, what emotions are bubbling up. What I see that's happening before me gives me a chance for something better to begin. When I see what is happening in my relationship to everything around me, the chance for better begins. So that's what I'll ask us to do today, is just see how you feel. No judgment, just a sense of open curiosity. Requests?
Neck and hips.
Neck and hips. Ooh la la. I love that request. We're going to start with some hips for sure. And we'll do a little neck in there as well. Thank you for that great request. No others? Okay, my friends, please come back to your yoga space with me. Thank you for joining us today. Would you please start with me today standing? And we're going to do our fair share of kneeling. So a couple things, yogis, if you had, like, it doesn't have to be fancy. I don't like fancy. We don't need fancy things. You could use a gardening mat. If you don't have that for your knee comfort, you could take whatever sweatshirt or pillow is nearby, fold that up and have something soft for yourself to kneel on when we get down in a moment. So bring that with you when you come. Let's begin standing just outside our hips width distance, just outside our hip bones. Take a big sweep to the sky. Inhale through your nose. If it's clogged up with allergies, just inhale through your mouth, however you're comfy. Exhale, open mouth sigh. You can make it big and audible. Let's try again, yogis. Inhale through your nose. Audible open mouth sigh, like a big feels so good. Breathe in again. Open mouth. And for the next few, we'll begin the practice of breathing in and out through our nostrils only. And again, if you feel like that's challenging, certain times of the seasons are really hard to breathe through our noses, just do what's comfy for you. We do try to breathe in our practice in and out through our nose to move our body into a resting and digesting state. Big breath in and a full breath out. One more. All right, my friends, as you get the arms back down towards the floor, let's give a little shoulder circling backwards. I like low ones first to start. And if you don't feel like you're too cranky in your shoulder socket, we can make it a little bigger. Elbows bend. If that feels great as well, maybe you take one arm and then the other. Oh, it's hard. It's hard with my one arm. Straight arm circles here. And hopefully if you're getting the big arm circles in, you'll feel a little chest opening as you reach back and a back opening as you reach forward. So could we exaggerate that? We'll pull the arms back and open our chest like a standing cow. Pull the arms forward, open our backs like a standing cat. And you could even do this if the elbows are staying bent. Ah, so good. Let's breathe in for our cows and out for our standing cats. Really nice. Finding some liquidity in our spine through class today. Two more like this. And when you're ready, my friends, leave the arms down really low. Let them shake about just a bit. Be soft and loose in your arms. And then sweep your thumbs up, fingertips reaching out at about shoulder level or a bit below. Do you remember shoulder flossing? We're going to try to pull back with the shoulder blades and push forward. Now that same tiny little cat-cow is happening. So as you push forward, your shoulder blades pull apart and we round. As you pull back, the shoulder puffs up in the front and we find our cow. Cow and cow. Try a few more. Think like dental floss. That's why we call it flossing the shoulders. Like you're moving that floss forward and back between two teeth. One more, big reach forward and a drawing back. Let everything release down. Ooh, fire in the shoulders, yes? Shake it out until it feels nice and cool again. Let's take a big stretch up with just our left arms this time. Cradle your skull. Stay really tall and then lean your left ear. Just like you're resting in the upper arm here. Let's stretch our right arms out somewhere that makes the stretch feel more interesting. Okay, I found my special spot when I reached a little back today. Sometimes it's right out the shoulder height. Just play around. Oh, I got a good one if I reach down really low too. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, so reach somewhere that you're like, ooh. We want to feel that combing sensation over the right neck and even over your shoulder maybe. Let's take the left arm back down. Tuck your chin down towards your collarbone. And then place your right hand on the back of your skull, yogis. Soften into your knees and just a little bit of pressure with your right hand. Moving more from the side of your neck to the back of the right neck. Take your eyes back to me, release your right hand. Oh, that can be intense. So you can take your fingers and just move around where you're feeling a little something in your back neck or your shoulder. When that feels really good, just gently shake your head no, slow motion no shake to the right and the left sides. Come on back to me. If you're a little dizzy, wait to move until you feel situated. Right leg steps behind. We're clasping our arms up and overhead. And then we'll send our knuckles skywards to pull out of our low half. Ooh. Take a big breath into your right side body. And if you'd like a little more, my friends, take your left hand down to your left hip. And we're just going to try to push that right hip a bit more open. I also love a wrist stretch here. So you could swivel your fingers towards your ribs or even a little higher to your armpit. Big wrist stretch. Oh, yeah. Takes a few times to get that placement there, then it should feel pretty great. Try one more big, beautiful breath in, softening your facial expression. You've arrived, you're here, the hard part's over, you made it. Now it's just all about loving on your body today. Right arm reaches down, sweep that right leg out, take a big breath. And let your fingers float back down. One more like that. Reach to the top of your mountain, extended mountain pose, but hold. My friends, your best self is just at the top of that mountain today, so we're gonna keep reaching for it together. Let your left arm fall, please. Right arm wraps a gentle drape here. Soft knees, gently guide just the right ear. Neck is tipping, body staying really long. Ooh, so nice. See if you can unclench your jaw and soften your expression again. Then let's be exploratory and curious. Ooh, found a good spot reaching forward here too. Reach out with the left hand and see where it feels extra good that you'd like to pause for a couple of breaths. Sometimes when we get a really intense stretch going on, you're going to notice that you start to clench your jaw or your breathing gets a little hitched or labored. So when we notice those things, congratulate yourself for noticing. Very good. And then come back to easy breathing. Release the left arm, release the right arm. Tuck your chin now down towards your right collarbone, and then bring your left hand to the back of your skull, and just so gently, my friends, assist your neck stretch here. Softening jaw again. Sometimes when I tuck my nose down, I notice that my jaw clenches quite naturally, so just release the bottom teeth from the top. Take a big breath in. Sometimes things feel too good to leave too soon, so stay longer anytime you find something really yummy. Bring everything back to me when you're ready, and then that super gentle nose shape, slow motion here. Take a little tiny circle. Think of that bobblehead we were working on 2 weeks ago now. Take a nose circle around tiny little circles, just loosening everything up. If it feels better, you could move your fingers to where you're feeling a lot of intensity from a big stretch. And if you chose the circle route, let's take the other direction. I love these, they're so fun. All right, yogis, left leg, big step back, big step. Take a huge lift to the sky and try to wrap the other thumb on top. If you always have a right thumb on top, switch it around. Take a big lift up and over. So nice. Opening into your left side body. It's got a beautiful grin on. Breathing into that smile. Let the right hand come down for a little extra push open in your hip. And then if you're looking for that really nice wrist stretch, you could roll the palm flat, fingertips up towards your armpit. Is there anywhere that you could soften while we pause? I noticed that my right toes were kind of clawing to the mat, so wiggling those, top fingers, your whole facial expression. All right, release. Eyes to me. Unstep your legs. My very official yoga word, unstep. Step your feet closer together. Bend your knees, and we're going to go slow motion here to begin. Sweep the hands forward and down. Chest and eyes stay lifted. Inhale. Exhale as you sweep. Heels rise, yogis. You might have to slow down even more because that's a wobbly one. Heels down, swing down. Heels rise. Beautiful job. Still going slow. Right knee rises as you lift. Chest and eyes stay to me. Sweep down. Left knee rises on the inhale. Softly lands on the exhale. Right leg squeezes back this time. Back, back, back as you uplift. A little back bend. Place it down and swing. Left leg does the same. All right, we're going back to the beginning. Heels rise. Option, yogis, to move a little faster, whatever breath works for you. An option to swing forward and down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just working on the heel rises for this section. Bringing a little energy to our movement patterns. Right knee rises. Heels will stay down on that left foot. Down and swing. Left knee, my friends. Inhale. For these really energizing movements, I love a big open mouth exhale. So when it feels right for you, let one in. Right heel, back you go. Glute squeeze. Lift from the bottom of your butt up. Exhale. Same thing with the left, like a lifting sensation. Release. Two more, yogis. Beautiful job. Back to center. Reach for your best self. It's just out of reach. So close to attaining it today, though. Lift your heels. Maybe we can wiggle it up there now. Heels down. Forearms to your thighs. Step as wide as you need to be comfortable. We're going to find a big cat pose now, yogis. Let's puff the upper back. Open towards the sky. Mid back. Open towards the sky. Low back. Widening. Find your angry cat. And then tuck your chin. Eye gaze up towards your navel. Tail pulling down. Beautiful rounding through back body. Let's find some breath here. Take one more big breath in. Press your hands on your thighs and come to standing. Time to grab that mat, yogis. We're going to take a couple of rolls down and up, and then a hinge down and up. So grab your mat the first time you get down. Place it where you'll be for your tabletop in a moment, and come back to standing with me. Chin to chest. We're taking a roll to begin. Start rolling like you are a rag doll. All the way down. And if you find something that you're like, ooh, pause there for a moment. Maybe you swing or sway or wiggle into that section. Bend your knees as much as you feel good doing, and then roll yourself to rise. Articulate your spine the best you can, one vertebrae at a time. Next one, we will try a swan dive. Bring the arms out wide to shoulder height. Bend your knees just a little again and float halfway down. Keep the arms wide if you can. Let your chest fall over your thighs and then allow your fingers to follow to fold. Rewind that. Rise, shoulder height. Head is long from tail. Stamp heels down and lift all the way to the sky. Okay, we have those beautiful options. 2 more rounds, whichever floats your boat. Releasing in a way that feels good. I love it all, so I'm going to do one of each. And we're always moving with our breath, inhaling to rise and exhaling to fall. Last rise, yogis. Once we get back to the mat, we'll use that super soft cushion, if you like it, underneath your knees. And let's get moving through some tabletops, warming up our cores, our wrists, and our shoulders. Hands under shoulders, knees about under hips. We're going to start moving pretty dynamically here, yogis. Left leg back, hip height and long. Right leg forward. I meant to say right arm. The right arm and left leg extend to pointer. Pull them in under your body. Angry cat again. Reach back forward for pointer. Into angry cat. Your elbow may pass your knee. Think about bringing your nose to your knee for these cats. Inhale and exhale. Last time on this side. Let's switch. Go into the left arm and the right leg. Hip height, shoulder height, but long. That's always our goal. Breathe in as you extend. Out to curling. In and out. Might like to play with a flex or a point in your feet so it feels really nice for your ankles. As you drop back down to tabletop, we're finding our plank for a moment, yogis. Now, if you lift your knees and your shoulders or your low back start to complain, we'll drop our knees down. But unlike tabletop, when we modify our plank, it's diagonally from the shoulders. So knees aren't under hips. They're back in a long diagonal line from shoulders. Well done, wherever you are. Breathing into your plank. Take a big breath in and lift into downward facing dog. Exhale, sending heels back and down. We can bend our knees here as well, as much as we feel great about doing. Let's take a breath in together and roll back to plank or kneeling plank. As you breathe out, down dog. Heels pressing down, energetically melting to the floor. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale. I always feel like you get a little bit of the creaks and groans in your body out when we move smoothly like this. We are coming back to tabletop. Align your knees, please, back on your cushion. And when you're ready, my friends, we're opening to 90 degrees. Right elbow opens to the right side, forearm facing the ground. Left inner thigh faces the ground as your left knee opens to the left side. 90-degree elbow and knee. Press them both long on this diagonal reach. Pull them back to 90 degrees. Let's continue. Inhale, diagonal pointer. Exhale, 90-90. Two more. Are you able to engage your core? Try to stay pretty steady in your body. Sweep that pointer forward and back just like we did a moment ago and drop everything back down. Whew, that's a tough one. Bring the left arm out, forearm facing the ground, right inner thigh facing the ground as right knee moves to the side. All right, we're in our 90s. Let's extend to diagonal pointer. 90 degrees on an exhale. Inhale, diagonal pointer. Exhale, inhale. Try twice more. Big breaths in. When you start to get really heated up, open your mouth, let a big exhale out. Sweep forward and back as you finish, regular pointer. Drop down. Child's pose to rest the wrists. That was really fun to say. Rest the wrists. Open up your palms to the ceiling, my friends. Drop your nose and your forehead close to your mat. Give your fingers a friendly little wiggle. Make a gentle fist, and then fling the fingers back open. Try that again. Little fist, little open. All right, my friends, one more round of planks with a surprise. We are going to try moving into turbo tabletop from this plank. So if you're choosing modified plank, you'll still move with us, but it'll be a little different, and I'll show you how first. You'll move forward to table, toes are tucked, then you'll lift your knees. You'll move back to your kneeling plank. Okay, so for the rest of us that are up in regular plank, we aren't touching our knees down at all. We're just gonna step in, hover the knee, step in with the other knee, both knees are hovering, you're in turbo table. Let's move, yogis. Inhale as you step back to plank. Exhale as you step forward, turbo tabletop. Now notice as you move, are you always stepping forward and back with the same leg? And begin to alternate. Start one with the right leg, one with the left leg. Switch it up. Do you have two more in you? I know we built up heat very fast. We're gonna go one more. I believe in you. You have to believe in yourself here. As a team, we get through this. Downward facing dog. Tiptoe your feet forward or take a big giant step. And let's rest our wrists here. Backs of hands on the floor, the tops of your feet, your calves, or even your thighs. So many options. We just want to get really wrinkly on the inner wrist and very open on the outer wrist. While your head is hanging heavy, give a little no shake, but a fast one this time, yogis, and sling some mental tension away. And gently nod your head yes. Yes to you. I'm super proud of you today for making it here. All right, we're gonna flow in just a few, but let's have a seat first, yogis. Take your feet wider than your hip width distance. Turn your toes out and find your way down to any depth of a yogi squat. If you're above your knees, usually that's more of a strength squat. Below your knees, a little bit more into your flexibility. Find where you're comfy. But for my flexibility friends, if you're low like me, I have a challenge for you today. Let's really stamp the feet down and lift 3 inches. Cool? Let's do it. There we go. Okay, so if you're up really high, you might have your forearms, your hands on your thighs. If you can get them inside your thighs, give a little push apart. Engage your breathing, your belly, your pelvic floor. So good. Supporting yourself from the bottom up here. One more big breath in. As you exhale, have a seat. One hand in front, one hand in back is how I like to get down. Come down any way that's soft and gentle. When you find your floor, roll back, please, to a bridge position. So we're gonna roll back to our backs. Land our feet flat. And if you reach down to your heels, you could tickle your heels with your fingers. We'll stretch our arms wide to our sides with our palms facing the sky. So we're not tempted to use our arms as we use our spines to roll and rise. Lifting your back off of your yoga mat. As soon as you start to rise, yogis, you may feel like you need to walk your spine out a little longer, tuck your chin and lengthen the back of your neck. And then we'll roll back down to the floor. Now, can you see your spine in sections? Start with your tail, roll that up, low back, mid back, upper back, maybe even your shoulder blades, trying to move in a beautiful articulation. Release and rewind. Once you feel your low back down and your tail touch, let it fully melt. Low back may arch at the bottom there. 2 more, roll on up. And release. Gonna move into a little bit of core work. Right now we're working hips and core. Back body, get a good squeeze of the backside. Okay, yogis, let's roll down and release. Bringing knees over hips, 90-degree knees with shins parallel to the ground. And as you get cozy, we're gonna take alternating heels, tap to the ground. Now the closer you tap to your backside, the easier this will be. So if you wanna make it more intense, tap your heels as far from your body as possible. But what do we really need to pay attention to? Our core is engaged. Our low back must stay connected to our yoga mats. If it starts to arch, tap closer to your backside and really squeeze down through your low back, using all your core here. Try 4 more, 2 more, and last one each side. Really push along on that one if you can. Knees at 90 degrees, arms as far overhead as you can reach. We'll sweep the arms all the way down to the yoga mat as we uplift our upper body. Big crunch. Inhale as everything melts back, down, arms overhead. Exhale, big crunch. Inhale. If you're anything like me, the second you start doing core work, the shakes, it might even feel like full-blown convulsions start to hit. That's normal. Don't give up. It might feel a little goofy, but we're gonna try to push through all those shakes. Try yogis, 2 more. And if you get super tired in your neck, you are going to release your head. We're holding this last one up to the best of your ability. Eyes high on the ceiling. And then take both palms outside your right thigh. Make a little prayer. We're just pulsing over here. Both hips are staying down. Can I do this with my head down? Absolutely. More like a twist that way instead of a reach. Let's try 4. 2 more. And 1. Rest all the way back. Don't let your feet fall. Just let your head and neck rest. Arms anywhere that feels cozy. Moving on to that other side, and we'll push back into bridges. Come on, yogis. Prayer outside your left thigh. Up and twist. Every time you reach past your thigh, it's an exhale. Inhale as you roll back a little. Thigh. Woo! Even the shake came into my breath that time. Arms all the way overhead. We're gonna leave them there, yogis. Head rests, feet land. If you need to, you could reach down and make sure your feet are close enough for your bridge. Palms are up facing the sky, and we're rolling on back to that bridge. So if you feel like you just picked your spine up in one straight line, maybe let it roll back down and see if you can articulate. Remember, we're looking for that fluidity in our spines. Oh, so nice. Marching here, yogis. Left knee to chest, soft foot back down. Right knee to chest, soft foot back down. You march as it makes your heart happy. Quickly, slowly. You can stay in and hold, whatever makes you feel good. Now, I'd love for you to focus as you're marching on your backside. We're gonna keep it lifted. Whichever heel is down is driving your hips skywards. Let's try for 4, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Roll your spine in sections. Upper back, lower back, tailbone. Oh, well done. One more little bit of core. Arms back out at your sides, palms up. Knees right back where we had them. 90 degrees, shins parallel to the ground. Same taps, except this time, are you able to go both feet at the same time? And icing on your yoga core cake, if you could reach fingers down towards your heels and try uplifting your upper body. Oh boy, shaking like crazy over here. Now I'm gonna try to reach a little further with my heels away, but remember that low back must stay down. Trying to use our front core muscles here the best we can. Let's go for 4. I believe in you. 3. Insert evil laugh. 3. I'm kidding, yogis. 2 more. That's all we've got. Come on. You got this. Hug your knees to your chest. Relax your head and neck. Look to your right side and gently rock side to side. I got to give you a round of applause for that one. Good work. Move your eyes to the left. All right, slowly making our way to standing today. Eyes back to the ceiling when your neck feels okay. And we're gonna rock right up to seated. So let's hold the backs of our thighs. See if it feels good to do a little toes to head rock. And on one of those, you just be up. Let your knees fall to the right side. Shift your hips back so you feel like you have a lot of space for your body. Let your knees fall to the left side. You don't have to touch the ground. And then windshield wipe a few times, warming up our hips for some fun today. Well done, my friends. Let your knees fall to the right side all the way, and then really widen that base. So you feel like you might scoot your butt back, or maybe your left knee back and your right heel in. You can sit up here without any hands leaning back. Really big stretch up. Beautiful. Right arm slides to the right side, soften that shoulder. Left arm all the way up. We're gonna make a big rainbow arc back behind us, landing back there, reach up and over with your right arm. You may slide your hands. I usually land and slide them out so I can feel that big stretch in my side body. Land, slide, lift. That was also very fun to say. Reach and release. One more, yogis. As you get back to your right side, please stay. Join me down here. We're gonna let that left arm fall and frame the right knee. Snuggle your belly down on it, or as close as your stomach will come. Let yourself be really heavy and soft here. If possible, when you make it to your forearms, we'll flip them to face the sky and give our wrists that loving little wiggle around again. Totally optional, but you could lift and lower your left lower leg here. Lifting the outer ankle skywards, getting a little internal rotation. I like to think about that being a hug, the hip ball hugging inside the socket. Okay, my friends, rise back. Use your hands, rise, and just scoot your hands behind you so your body has space. Just switch on around. Knees fall left, and then we'll scoot a fair bit so we really feel grounded, fully supported by our low half helping us sit up. Getting this awesome internal rotation of this right hip. Feel it? Oh yeah. Left hand slides out. Your butt can rise as you reach. Do what feels good. Right arm will try to land behind you. This one will be a little itty bitty one. I recommend an exhale as you sweep the arms and an inhale as you rise the arms. Exhale to change sides. Looking wherever it feels like it's lighting you up. A lot of times I like to look down to my thumb, giving yourself a little extra opening in the side body. Take another round or two, however many feels good doing, but please join me on your left side eventually. Once that right arm reaches that final time, we'll circle it around to the side. Spin our navels as close to the left knee as possible, and you could certainly adjust your feet if it feels necessary. Have a lie on down. Sleeping modified pigeon here. Try to soften your jaw. Maybe the corners of your eyes get a little droopier to the floor. Just taking a load off feels really nice, doesn't it? If you'd like extra, you could consider lifting your outer lower right leg. So you'll just lift that up. Ooh, feel that awesome rotation in your hip? Yeah. Release as softly as you can there. Exhale to rise. Inhale to lower. Try that one more time. Loving on your hips, my friends. Climb back. Use your hands for support. Reach behind you. Let the knees travel to the sky. And then we're going to pick any side to roll around. Refine table, but we're making our way to standing, my friends. Tuck your toes, lift up into that downward facing dog. Take a big lift of both heels and exhale your heels on down. Step forward one footprint with each foot, lift your heels, exhale them down. Forward a footprint with each foot, heels rise and release. Gets a little scarier as you move forward. You're gonna feel like you're gonna tumble forward. Be brave. Step, step. And if you're already in your forward fold, that's cool. Hang out, wait for us. I think I have like one more step to go until I'm there. Lift and release. Once you're firmly planted in your forward fold, take your favorite way to rise and meet me in extended mountain pose. We're gonna get that best self right up at the top there somewhere. Lift a little higher maybe, it's just out of reach. Hands clasped behind your low back before your heels fall. Such a good challenge. Let your heels fall, bend your knees forward fold, but keep the clasp behind your low back. Neck can rest on your low back, yogis, or maybe you'd like to lift it skywards. Take a huge breath in with your shoulder stretch. And as you breathe out, let your thumbs find your low back. Release your clasp. Slide your fingers on down. Right leg steps back long. Kneeling lunge. So if you still have that cushion nearby, we're going to do a bunch of kneeling lunges. Let's put that under each knee. Rise up and overhead. Nice job. Clasp your hands behind your low back. Go on vacation with me. Lean back in your favorite spot to chill, to nap, to gaze at wildlife or the sky. Reach on up, release down. Lift your right leg and step it forward. Do the same for the left, yogi. Step back, soft kneel, arms rise, clasp. Take another mini vacation with me. Show me as much of your belly as you can. Find this beautiful cow opening in your stomach. Oh, good stuff. Reach to the sky, release, step forward. Let's take a halfway lift in between our sides here. Big breath in. Top of head is far from your tail. Really energizing your stomach. Release back to forward fold. Right leg, still kneeling, yogis. Listen, if you hate kneeling, you could lift your knee. But we're just gonna be kneeling to really get the hips open. Let's scoot down with our hips this time. And as we rise, arms fall out to shoulder height. Swiveling open to your left side, twisting your body towards your left thigh. Get a little scissoring action in your thighs to help you feel lighter in the top half. Swivel back to me, arms overhead, and release. Elevate right knee, swing it on forward, big step. Left leg right back. Kneeling or not, arms rise, inhale. Let your hips melt forward and down to where they feel really nice and open in the front of your hip. Thumbs up for yoga, shoulder height. Scissor the inner thighs towards one another, and then swivel your body to the right. Come on back to the center. Inhale, arms overhead. Welcome back, yogis. Release. Elevate the knee and step forward. Taking that big old halfway lift here. On the inhale, we rise. On the exhale, we release. Right leg steps back. Still doing our kneelers. Right fingers tented or palm down. If your wrist is tender, you might even like a fist, knuckles down. They stay on the floor, and then our left arms will rise. Big, beautiful breath in. Release that twist. Fingers frame left foot. We step forward when you're ready. Same on the left. Step back. Find your favorite way to plant the left hand down and uplift right fingers. Eyes may like to follow. Connecting with your breath here to elongate. Release on down. Just gonna move to the side to try to show you this next one. Elevate your back leg and step forward. Halfway lift, my friends. Big breath in. You might like to stretch your fingers back now if you don't need them to help you stay lifted and long. Exhale. As you step your right leg back, watch me for a moment. We're twisting our twist into our hips. Still the same with the arms, but now we're gonna let the right foot fall flat and roll to the outer edge of the whole right leg. Then you might like to take your left hand and reach it back towards your right toes. Okay, so let's try that together. Start with your twisted lunge. Land to the outer right thigh. And if you don't love this, you can just stay in twisted lunge. Your left toes are gonna wanna turn out a little bit, and sometimes the knee really opens. Reaching back towards your toes as an add-on. Swivel all the way back forward. Hello, outer thigh. Elevate your right knee and step forward. All right, last of the kneelers today, yogis. Way to hang in. Left foot back. So let me show you this from that other side again. Open up into that same twist in the last round, and then let the top of your left foot fall rolling to that outer thigh. Optionally reaching back towards your left big toe once you get to the outer thigh and hip stretch. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, roll back forward, step forward. Halfway lift. Big, beautiful breath in. Exhale, yogis. Step both feet back, please. Downward facing dog. Let's pedal that out. Bend alternating knees. Bend and straighten here. Give a little push and pull. Step your feet wider. They're just about at the edge of your yoga mat. Lift both heels and swivel them to the left. Bending your left knee and just letting your hips be super saggy off to the left side. Oh man, are we getting our side bends in today? Breathe back into your right side body. Swivel back center high through the heels, high in your hips, and let them all fall to the right. Then you'll bend your right knee. Let your hips get really saggy. I love a little pulsing action down there. And let's lift high again, heels and hips. Settle the heels back down. We're gonna step forward into a shortened version of down dog, but keep your legs wide, please. You good? All right, yogis. Sweep your left arm under your body, bend your right knee, and grab something on that outer right leg, whether it be your knee, your calf, maybe even your heel. Straighten your right leg. Oh, down dog twists. Eyes under right armpit. Breathing into your left side. Breathe in that space you just created under your left shoulder blade. Rebend right knee. Release your left hand. Try the same on the other side, yogis. Right arm under, left knee bends. Hold anywhere on that outer leg. Once you've got a good grip, you'll straighten that leg and then peek out under your left armpit with me. One more big breath. As you exhale, rebend your knee, release your hand. Shorten down dog turns to big down dog. Step back, your hips width distance again. And we're gonna take a cruise forward, but this time following it up with a chaturanga from your plank. Let's find your chaturanga. Bend your elbows and descend. You can always use your knees. Toes walk back as far as possible. And then stretch your fingers back to your baby toes. Now, yogis, we're gonna do a little bit of lying back work here. Can you pretend that there's a mirror under your nose? And you are just gonna stare at your beautiful self the whole time and positively compliment yourself. That might be going too far, but you'll just stare at yourself and imagine that you are the most amazing creature in the world. You can't get enough. Open your arms out to the side, spin your thumbs to face the sky. Your toenails are down. We are boosting our upper body as high as possible. Use your hip points, use your thighs, use your toes. Sweep your fingers back to baby toes again. Reach more. Can you uplift again? Still fogging up that mirror, reminding yourself how amazing you are. Thumbs all the way overhead this time. Thumbs are still up, palms face one another. One more round. Arms open out to shoulder height, but this time we'll bend our elbows. Palms face the ground, goal post. Let your right forearm touch the ground. Look under your left arm, like a seesaw. Let your left arm touch the ground. Look under your right arm. Let's seesaw twice more. Breathe in for one. Breathe out for the other. Through the center we go. Hands by your shoulders or your ribs. Press yourself back to child's pose. Yogis, it's nice to have your knees closed if you'd like to give your stomach a little massage and find more rounding in your back. It's nice to have your knees wide if you want to try to breathe your ribs into your thighs and let your belly come into a little cow shape. Taking another breath in here, always spending more time anywhere you're loving life. When you're ready, we'll come back to down dog. Meet us in your time, no rush. Take a second to refine the length through your calves. Connect with your breath in your dog. Move or stay still if it feels better. Let's slide our ears behind our elbows, chest towards our thighs, and thighs towards the wall behind us. Oh, my friends, it's time to flow. Right leg, let's lift it as high as it makes your heart happy. Push your flexed foot out long. Look forward, find your thumbs. Try to step right where you're gazing. Right foot lands. You might need to give it a little help. Scoot the ankle forward so it's under your knee. Swivel left foot flat and windmill your arms to warrior two. Settling down. Find width. Breathe into your length. Very nice. Arms rise overhead. Press your palms into a prayer. Take your gaze upwards. Oh, so good how it lifts your front body. Doesn't that feel wonderful? Stretch open in places you didn't know you could grow longer in. Take a big breath. As you exhale and float arms back to shoulder height, eyes look to the right. Sweeping the arms, right arm skywards, left arm down, sun warrior or reverse warrior. And switch arms, right arm down, left arm skyward. You can also softly land right arm on your right thigh. Try that one more time. Warrior two regular. Press palms together, lengthen up, up, up. Release arms. Reverse warrior. One breath per movement, whatever feels like it's a wonderful sensation, allowing you to move freely. Back into our warrior twos. When you're finished that side angle, swivel forward to your lunge, frame out your right foot, and then yogis, can you push that one right back up to three-legged dog? Bend your heel towards your butt, fan your knee open to the right side, like this huge yawn is happening in your hips. You might like to move, open and close in your leg, circle in your knee, do whatever works. And let's roll the right knee back towards the floor. Step our foot back to downward facing dog when we're ready. Take a breath to recover with stillness or some wiggles. Left leg rises when you're ready. Flexed foot pushes really far away from our hips. Eye gaze moves forward and we'll try to step right where we were looking. Swiveling down through the right splayed edge. Windmilling arms open softly. Feels nice, doesn't it? Just filling yourself up with positivity and breath, being so proud of all of your effort today. I'm proud of you. Place your palms together. Guide your eyes up towards your fingernails. Stretch open somewhere new in your body. Release the arms, eyes gaze left. Left arm floats skywards, reverse warrior. Swivel back to warrior 2. Left arm reaches down, extended side angle. Let's try one more round. Pause in warrior 2. Palms press overhead, helping you lengthen. Warrior 2. Reverse. One breath per movement, yogis. Should feel like a dance here. And once you felt really great with that extended side angle, warrior 2. Swivel all the way back to lunge. Frame out the left foot and see if you could spring that leg up and back. 3-legged dog, heel to butt. Fan your knee open to the left with this big hip yawn. Even open the webbing of your left toes, moving or holding in stillness as it feels good to you. Turning knee back down towards the floor. Step your left foot flat. Take a breath to recuperate. Give a little wiggle and a jiggle here and there. And step your way on forward, back to forward fold. You can also bend your knees and hop if that feels good today. Let's find our favorite way to reclaim our best selves at the top of that mountain. Get it. It's all yours. It belongs to you. Take a hold of that and really own it. Bring your power back today. Let's keep the arms up here, but with a less intense reach. Yes, somewhere that's sustainable because we're going to be here for a few breaths. Lift this left knee, yogis. Point flex, take a little jaunt around here with your ankle and your toes. All right, we're going to flow through some balances. Flex, cross over into figure 4. The only thing that won't move today are our arms. They're going to stay right here. We have 3 arm positions, but the same legs each round. Lift your left knee. Extend your toes forward. You're welcome to tap them to the earth. Sweep them to the side. You could do this with a bent knee as well. Arms stay. Sweep the legs back. Yes, you can tap your toes down. Try to float your body forward for warrior 3. As soon as you get back to standing, left knee rises. Only the foot falls. Arms stay. We okay? That's a big one, I know. Right foot. It'll move faster once we get the first round out of the way. Give yourself a little playtime with the foot, toes, and ankle. All right, let's flex. Crossover, sitting here. Watch the hips, yogis. My hips are good here. Naughty hips. Let's try to pull it in and sit back. Beautiful. Come with me. Inhale. Exhale, forward. Inhale, sweep to the side. Back behind you, and exhale as you find your warrior 3. Inhale, coming back to center, knee lift. Arms don't move, foot falls. Whew, arms are tired, yeah? Okay, shoulder height. Better? A little bit. Thumbs up? Yes, you can. Do the same with your legs. Lift, flex, cross. Arms don't move for 2 rounds. I believe in you. Do you believe in yourself? Good. Sweep forward. Side. Back, stay tall, stay tall. Now we have a beautiful airplane. Check out our wings. Palms face the ground, swivel inner thighs towards one another. Feel that backside really working. Left knee rises. Only the foot releases. Yes, you can. We are all here together. Come on. Lift your right knee. Flex cross. It's a breath per movement. We're not rushing. We're just breathing here. Big breath in. Out forward. Into swivel. Out back. Find your airplane. When you're ready for that big inhale, sweep up and release. Not the arms though. One more round, my friends. Come to me, come to me. Okay, that's better, yes? Yes, we'll tell ourselves it's better. Last round, let's go. Breathe in and out. Push. Good hips, good square. Yeah, in and out. In, same legs, nothing fancy here. Reach forward, it's another warrior 3. I know, I gave you 2 warrior 3s today. That was so mean of me. Big lift of the left knee, but look how strong you are. Right on, yogis. Last round, in, flex, cross, out. That feels good. In, out, forward. In, sweep. Come on, come on, come on. We can do this. Out for warrior 3. Make that breath steady. Don't cheat yourself. I want to speed it up too, but I won't. Inhale. Let the knee fall. Let the arms fall. Oh, when did they become cinder blocks instead of fleshy arms? Holy moly. Good work, yogis. Hug your clasped hands around your left knee. Let's get our shoulders stretched. We're going to bend elbows and hug me in, and then push shin forward. Ooh, yeah. Stretch out your shoulders. Bend. I'm going to fall over any second here. So if you fall over with me, no worries. We'll just dust ourselves off and try again. One more of those. Squeeze. And release. Well done. Holding on to this knee, but just use your right hand, please. Bring your left hand to your hip. Stretch your left arm out to the side, and let's take a tiny twist. I really love, yogis, to take my right hand to my left thigh here. Come on, back around. Let the leg fall and scoop up your right. A little clasp, but do the other one. Other finger on top. Yeah. Bend your elbows. Breathe in. As you breathe out, go. In your shoulders. Breathe in, release your hip. Exhale, push forward. Twice more. Last one here. Big breath. And hold. Let's switch. So just the left hand is holding the right outer thigh. And we're going to take a twist. Right arm swivels open. You could certainly hold your shin still. Just feel like it's a little easier with the outer thigh. Take a big, beautiful, breathy twist. Swiveling back to the center. Squeeze and release. So it might feel nice after that to give your hips, just like we did our neck earlier, give your hips that little like piano playing. Yeah, that feels so good. You can also do knuckles and do a little bang, bang, bang. Yogis, it's 1:56. If you have to leave class a little early today, thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your Friday. For those of you that are saying when your hips are fine, breathe with me. We're going to take 2 more little floats. Inhale. And as you exhale, you'll like this one. Pigeons are coming. Find your forward fold on your exhale. Step, step, downward facing dog. Let's take our left leg up first this time, yogis. 3-legged dog. Bring your knee and your nose together. Squeeze and crunch. Push back again, inhale. Bring your knee this time towards your left elbow and swing your shin as far forward as it feels good for you to settle down. Now you could revisit your modified from earlier, just both knees bent. Great place to be. Or if you like your leg extended behind you, walk it back as far as you can. Some people like their back knees to be lifted and their toes tucked. Oh, that's a big stretch. I'm a bit of a lazy pigeoner, so I like mine to be soft. And then we're just gonna try to stay lifted today, but swivel ourselves forward. Think about guiding your right wrist towards your left knee. You can sleep in your pigeon, have a little settle down if you really love to. We did that earlier though, so we're gonna stay upright for this one, unless you feel called to come and rest. So good. Another benefit though of tucking those back toes is it does give you that little extra boost forward with your right hip point. So it might feel bigger this way in your body. I'm going back to my lazy pigeon. Big breath in. I really love this transition. We're gonna try to be super buoyant here, yogis. You're gonna tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, hands are down, and push your left leg straight on back. Tap it back down. You're in dog again. Let's go through the same thing on the right. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, knee to nose. Curl and crunch here. Inhale, push back. Exhale, knee to right elbow, and then swing that shin forward, walking left leg out long or pulling it into your modified from earlier. Thinking today about staying really energized in our spines, guiding our left hip points forward. So I did tuck my toes on this one and I gave a little boost. Let my toes go. Feels so good. Pretty sensational stretch. So wherever you're feeling all the jazz, breathe directly into those areas of your hips and maybe even into your low back. One more. Keep concentrating on that left hip point here. Practice pulling it forward to square your hips. Really open your psoas muscle, the front of your hip flexor. On an exhale, tuck your left toes, lift your knee. Use your hands to lift your lower body up, and then push your right leg back. Take as much of a big breath in as you need. Exhale, let your heel fall. Look forward in your down dog. We'll take that little journey forward one last time. If you haven't bent your knees and hopped yet, maybe that'll be a fun way to get back to the top of your mat. Final roll or reverse swan dive to get back to our best selves. Rolling up at your leisure. Sweeping arms skywards. And pulling that best self that we discovered today all the way down into your heart center. Boost your heartbeat up into your thumbs. Stand proud as you should be. And take a little tuck of your chin towards your fingertips. Get soft in your feet, wiggly in your toes. Open in your heart and mind. Fill up with breath for all of your interactions today. And go forth feeling more light, easy, and graceful. Yogis, I bow deeply to you. My light truly honors yours. Thank you for allowing me to be your guide, and thank you for coming to practice with us today. Namaste.